today we're going to start the chapter number 5, that is lines and angles. So in the lines and angles, the first topic, as you can see here, the line segment. The line segment, okay, so we have already done all these things. So normally a line segment means a portion of a line which can be measured, a part of a line which can be measured. For example, if you can, yes, just see here in this picture, this is a line, this is a line, but if we measure this portion of line, this is part of a line, so this is known as a line segment. This is known as a line segment, means the part of a line which can be measured. So we indicate it like this. This is A, this is B, and we write it like this: AB, AB, line segment AB, a bar on AB. Now, so it means a line segment. A line segment, so look here, PQ is a line segment which has two endpoints. P is also an endpoint, Q is also an endpoint, okay, and P and Q both are also known as the starting points also. Yes, okay, so this is a line segment. A line means when a line segment is extended in both the directions endlessly up to infinity. Yes, so means there is no end of this, so this is known as a line. So these arrows are indicating that in this direction, this yes, this line segment is unending, means going on further and further. Likewise in direction P also. Then we have here OP. You can see this is a ray, because it can, yes, a line segment that can be extended only in one direction. So you can see here, so in this OP direction it is extending up to infinity. Okay, so so how to indicate all these things? When I say a line segments means we are putting a bar. Yes, we are putting, so we can write here PQ, bar on PQ. Then if we have a, like AB is a line, so line means we are writing AB, capital A, capital B. Then what we are doing here, we are putting a bar with two arrowheads. Okay, two arrowheads at both the direction. Whereas in the ray we have writing with the capital letters OP, and then we are indicating by one-sided arrowhead. Okay, so this we have already an idea. Now the next topic is, okay, an angle. So
angle. So again recall an angle. So is this formed when the lines or the line segments meet? Lines and the line segments meet. You can see easily here. Okay, so if we have like here these two lines, okay, and this is the third line segment, so all these are forming angles. These are angles: angle A, angle B, angle C, or we can say angle 1, angle 2, or angle 3. Okay, or like, yes, or like when two lines are intersecting each other, they are also forming angles. All these are angles, all these are angles. Okay, or when we call it like this is also example of an angle. So this is basically an angle. Okay, so angle is formed when the lines or the line segments meet. Lines or line segments meet. Now, so next is the complementary angle. So complementary angles means when the sum of the measure of two angles is 90 degrees, then the angles are called complementary angles. When the sum of the measure of two angles is 90 degrees, then the angles are called complementary angles. Okay, so when the sum of the measure of two angles, it is compulsory to have two angles, their sum is equals to 90. So you can see 30 plus 60 is 90 degree, and 35 plus 65 is 100. So it is not a complementary angle. So it is compulsory that the sum is equals to 90 degree. We can have one angle like 1 degree, other angle like 89 degree, and so on. So then we have the supplementary angle. So likewise, supplementary means when two angles, when the sum of two angles is 180 degree, the sum of two angles is 180 degree. You can see here like 60 and 120. So 60 plus 120 is 180. So these are example of supplementary angles. Like 68 and 112, again their sum is equals to 180. So example of supplementary angles. Okay, so likewise more pairs you can see 100 plus 80, yes, 180 degree, 135 plus 45, 180 degree likewise. Now next topic after is adjacent angles. Now when we say adjacent angles, so for adjacent angles, the angles are such that they have a common vertex, they have a common arm, and non-common arms are on either side of the common arm. Okay, so they have a common vertex, they have a common arm, and the non-common arm on the either side of the common arm. Okay, so such pair of angles are called adjacent angles. So you can see here, so this is a common arm. Okay, so these two angles are adjacent angles because they have a common arm, they have a common vertex. This is a common vertex, fine. And the non-common arm, these are non-common arms which are on the either side of the common arm. So likewise this one, angle 1 and 2 both are adjacent angles. This is a common arm, these are non-common arms. Okay, so then we have the next thing is linear pair. Linear pair means when two adjacent angles sum is 180 degree. Now adjacent, so yes, linear pair means these angles are also known as supplementary angles, but in the supplementary angles what we have seen that the angles are separate. The angles were separate, or the angles are separate like this. You can see here these two angles are separate angles, but here they are adjacent angles, means next to each other. So their sum is equal to 180. So this is known as a linear pair. For example, here angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. Okay, and this is not, these two are adjacent angles but their sum is not equal to 180. So this is not a linear pair. So then after this we have the vertically opposite angles. So in the vertically opposite angles what we have, like when two lines are intersecting each other, okay, so just see, if this is angle 1, this is angle 2, this is angle 3, this is angle 4. So these are angle 1 and angle 3 is vertically opposite angle. Okay, angle 2 and angle 4 are vertically opposite angles. So you can see here that they are forming like an English alphabet X. So these are known as vertically opposite angles, and the vertically opposite angles are always equal, means angle 1 is equal to angle 3, their value, and angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Always these angles are equal. So we have to use this property also to find the angles also. Okay, so just look here. So like angle 1 and angle 3 are vertically opposite angle, both values is equal. Angle 2 and angle 4 are vertically opposite angle, again the values are equal. Yes, okay. So for example, suppose if angle 1 is known, we have to find angle 2. So we can use the property of linear pair because angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. So likewise we can solve. Then after this we have the exercise 5.1. so just see in the 5.1 find the complement of each of the following angles. So complement means we have to subtract this from 90. So 90 minus 20, 70 degree will be the complement of this. Okay, then likewise you can solve. Here supplement means again you have to find the angle which is supplement of this, means 180 minus 105, 180 minus 87, 180 minus 154. Likewise we can find. In the question number 3, identify which of the following pair of angles are complementary, which are supplementary. So yes, find the sum 65 plus 115, 180. So we'll say it is supplementary. 63 plus 27, it is 90, complementary. Likewise we have to solve. Now find the angles which is equals to its complement, So for this we'll say let the angle be x, So complement of x will be 90 minus x. Now we have to find, according to the question, find the angle which is equals to its complement. So according to the question, what we have, x equals to 90 minus x. So we can write x plus x is equals to 90, or 2x is equals to 90, or x is equals to 45 degree. Likewise for question number 5, find the angle which is equals to supplement. So let one angle be x, other angle will be 180 minus x. Then according to the question, x equals to 180 minus x. So likewise you can solve it. Then in question number 6, in the given figure, angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary angles. Okay, fine. So if angle 1 decreases, what change should be kept in angle 2? If angle 1 will decrease, it means angle 2 will automatically increase. Then only their sum will be equals to 180. So can two angles be supplementary? Both have acute? No. Obtuse? No. Right angle? Yes. Okay, an angle is greater than 45 degree, it is complementary angle. Greater than 45 or equals to or less than 45. So if angle is greater than 45 degree, then its complementary should be less than 45 because their sum should be equals to 90 degree. In the question number 9, what are they saying? In the adjoining figure, is angle 1 adjacent to angle 2? Is angle 1 adjacent to angle 2? Answer is yes, because they have a common vertex, they have a common arm. is angle AOC is angle AOC adjacent to AOE? AOC adjacent to AOE? No, because this is AOC and this is AOE. Do angle COE, do angle COE, COE and angle EOD and angle EOD form a linear pair? COE and EOD, yes, they form a, because you can see the CD is a straight line. Are angle BO? So likewise you try these. If you have any problem you can ask. Now indicate which pair of the angles are vertical opposite angle. So what are vertical opposite angles here? So we say angle 1 and angle 4 are vertical opposite angles. Yes. So likewise you try to find in the linear pair also, like angle 5 plus angle 1 is equals to 180. So try these, because in the geometry means reasoning, so you have to think. If you find any problem, you are most welcome to ask. Okay, question number 11 is saying, is the in the given figure is angle 1 adjacent to angle 2? Give reasons. Angle 1 is adjacent? No. Okay, they have a common arm but they don't have a common vertex. Likewise angle 12 we have to find the value. So I told you earlier that using the vertical opposite angle, so 55 is equal to x, x is equal to 55, vertical opposite angles are equal. Now we can use 55 plus z is equal to 180 because this is a line, so linear pair. So from there we can find z is equal to 180 minus 55, will get this value. So the value of z and value of y will be equal. So likewise you will try this one, then fill the blanks and the 14th question. So please try these, complete the exercise. If you find any problem, you are most welcome to us, and this chapter you will do in your geometry copy, okay? Thank you.